and I represent CCE, one of the partners of the BODI project, which is a 2-year project financed by the European Commission, and it's aimed at improving schools' capacities to address cultural diversity in order to better include parents and children with different cultural background. BODI faces the different themes of body, gender, health, and cultural diversity in early childhood education, and amongst the different activities and projects that we've developed, we've also invented and created some activities. In the partnership we have developed them, and these activities are included in a reader, the toolkit of activities for working directly with children on these themes. And in order to choose the best activities to include in the reader, we have tested the activities we have developed directly in schools. In Italy, we've tested 13 activities through some workshops at the association, the kindergarten La Casa di Tutte le Genti, which was funded by a Cape Verdean woman who's been trying for 15 years to help out some families, especially with migration background. So its composition is very diverse, and we thought it was a good setting for trying these kind of activities, addressing cultural diversity indeed. The next activity we want to present is called Private Parts, and it deals with the themes of gender and sexuality. We thought it was important to address these topics because it's estimated that 1 in 5 children in Europe is somehow victim of sexual abuse. Sexual abuse can take many forms, from direct sexual assault within the family circle to child pornography, prostitution, solicitation via internet, sexual assault by peers. So it is important to cover this topic also with young children, especially in a sexual violence prevention perspective.
The objectives of this activity are to introduce the concept of private parts as to the genitals and their real names in order to make kids feel comfortable talking about their bodies, to encourage children to disclose when something worrisome or uncomfortable is happening to them concerning their private parts, to make children aware that what is considered acceptable or unacceptable in relation to how we cover our private parts varies amongst cultures, and in fact, what is considered obvious for one person might not be the same for another person.
We've introduced the themes of sex and gender using a tale of 2 aliens called Alien Z arriving to the Earth, and they're completely naked. So when they meet a boy, this boy asks them why they're not covering their private parts. This way of starting the activity was very useful because we could immediately understand whether the children were comfortable with these themes, if they knew what we were talking about, and we've noticed different reactions between the 2 age groups. Then we address stereotypes concerning outfit or gender stereotypes in general by showing children 2 images of children wearing the same clothes, so t-shirts and shorts, and asking them to decide who is the boy and who is the girl. Consider that, of course, they couldn't distinguish them. We started asking them what are the differences between boys and girls. How can we understand them? And also in this case, older kids were more aware of that, and they immediately replied with boys have penis, for example, children have vagina. And this was a very powerful way of introducing the name of genitalia. Following the mainstream approach of sexual education for children, for this activity we've developed some templates showing some bodies with genitalia and with their real names. Due to some indications from the kindergarten where we did our pilot, we didn't use the proper template we have developed, so we've given a template of 2 body outlines without genitalia, and we've asked children to represent a boy and a girl. Also for this activity, we've noticed different reactions of the children belonging to the two age groups. So, for example, the small one often just represented the boy and the girl with the colors, with the associated colors, such as blue or pink. It is interesting noticing how for some children the main difference was represented by colors or by the length of the hair, or in this case, for example, it was interesting because the child who did this drawing actually was an African girl with colored skin, and she decided to represent the boy and the girl and color them with pink. As the last part of this activity, we've asked children to draw to represent themselves in their outfit for going to the beach. And we've also created a small island where they could put themselves. These drawings of themselves on the island allowed us to introduce an important topic of respect of different habits. In this case, we were talking about different outfits. So in order to explain children that we cannot make fun of someone for the different clothes he or she might wear, different food habits or different hygiene habits.
The materials needed for this activity are images of people wearing different outfits. It's possible to choose pictures which show diversity regarding how private parts are covered. Genitalia templates printed in an A3 format or drawn in a big cardboard. Private part flashcards. Child with vulva and child with penis template. Print out enough so that about half of the children in class have one type and a half of the class the other type.
Besides the positive feedback that we got directly from the children, while doing the activities, we noticed that talking to them during the activities allowed us to be a bit more in contact with them in terms of needs, in terms of personal problems or experiences that they've shared. So we truly believe that these activities can be useful for teachers, but can be also useful for parents who want to encourage their children to express more their psycho-emotional needs.